thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
Hello.
Hello. Happy podcast day to you, sir.
Happy podcast day to you as well.
How did you celebrate this podcast day?
Ooh, I watched 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Oh, I hope the good one was in there somewhere.
Yeah, the first 3 are all pretty good.
Okay.
Well, I said pretty good. They're not like amazing.
Which is the one where Captain Jack finds himself in an endless desert and walks around and hallucinates for a while?
That's the third one, I think. Yeah.
Okay, because I was so bored in that one. I never watched another pirate movie.
That's fair.
That was it.
That's
That's
fair.
my last Pirates movie. That movie was garbage.
That's definitely the worst of the 3. But he only walks around the desert for like 5 minutes.
You know what's bad is it feels like a long time, even though it's only 5 minutes.
Right, but it's supposed to feel like a long time because he's in Davy Jones's locker, right?
Yeah,
For all
it's
eternity.
just, there's nothing interesting about it at all, though.
I'm not
Anyway,
arguing that
I
fact.
just the first movie is a pillar of cinema achievement. Pacing is excellent. It's funny. It's well written. It's tight. It has an interesting twist at the end. It's great. And like again, I may be biased because I saw this film on a plane coming back from Madagascar, the first American movie I had seen in 2 years.
There we go.
So, but I've rewatched it since, and I still think it really holds up. It's a really good film.
Yes, the first one is quite good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
All right. Same page then.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So you watched the first 3.
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Did you have any new insights from the films after watching them again, or just pretty much the same thing?
No, I don't think there's any insights to be had from those films.
Okay.
They're just like,
Fair.
I'm going to work on my armory in like my armory subclass in Final Fantasy 14, and I just need something to put on the other monitor.
Very fair.
While I pump out copper bars.
It's hard to miss like really small details in a film that doesn't really have them.
Yes. Entirely fair.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Very, very good stuff.
Mhm.
Great.
What about you? What have you been doing?
My
this morning?
podcast day was great. The most exciting thing that happened was I finally got my recycling taken away. Because last week we had this crazy windstorm. And so what I was told by my neighbor was that they weren't going to do any trash collection on the normal day. So I brought my trash cans into the garage because it was so windy, it was knocking the trash cans over and blowing the contents everywhere in the neighborhood.
Oh.
So I brought them into the garage to keep them safe until tomorrow. She said they'll come tomorrow. And then 2 hours later, she texts me and goes, "I'm so sorry. For whatever reason, they did come and pick up the trash today." And I was like, cool. So recycling only gets picked up once every 2 weeks anyway. And that's just about enough for me to fill it up, generally with Coke cans, right?
Right.
So it was fairly full. And I was like, oh, this is not good. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been like smashing everything I can, crushing every can, like trying to make the most of the 20% of the can of the large bin that I have available for the 2 weeks worth of recycling I have.
Right.
And yes, so I did manage to get that done, hauled it out, and they took it away, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. That's the highlight of my entire day.
That's. I mean, I don't want to say something bad about your highlight, but boy, what a thing to have as a highlight.
Yeah, I know. I mean, really, I woke up and I worked, and that was pretty much it. So
Right. Fair enough.
yeah.
Well, I also played some ODST this morning.
How's
that's
that
out.
experience?
It's good. Yeah. It's a lot
Excellent.
of fun. Yep.
Felt good on the inside in your heart.
Yep. Good to be
Wonderful.
back. I actually managed to find firefight games at 3 a.m, which
Wow.
I
Wait,
cannot. What? What do you mean?
but it's like a regular time for the rest of the
Right,
world, isn't it?
but normally I can't find games in Australia at like, because I was on the Australian servers,
Yeah.
right? I can't find games at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon for like Halo 3 matchmaking for Australian. I usually end up getting matched to like Singapore or Hong Kong. But I managed to find Halo
you got
3.
matched.
I got matched to Australian servers at 3 a.m.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. That is good news.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'm happy for you. That's
Thank
better
you.
than my thing for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Mhm.
Low bar, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you've got enough
So I know.
space, you could recycle that bar.
Yes, I suppose.
Why are there always people mowing the goddamn lawn when we 11 o'clock on the dot? Mow the lawn every week? Really? Do you mow your lawn every week?
Yeah, but not at this exact same time every week or same day.
We need to just change the day we do this.
We might have to.
We might
Or
have
time
to.
or something.
Yeah.
There's a basketball podcast that I listen to, and they've been tweeting about the same thing recently. They've been trying to do a podcast and landscaping every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's just a natural law where it's if a podcast is happening and someone nearby has the potential to use a lawnmower or a leaf blower, they will.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dumb.
hate it.
Yeah.
Just
So I know
concrete
most
the whole
people
thing.
are here for Decadence talk. I believe that's
Decadence. Yeah, that
it's
happened.
most of the feedback we've been getting.
Mm-hmm.
That is entirely untrue, but I just like it so much. Decadence is so great.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
So this last episode, there was a cliffhanger on the one before where Kabu got impaled with System Guy's hand. But they'd already established it's his avatar. It doesn't mean anything. But
Right.
still, poor Natsume's freaking out because she hasn't quite grasped the concept yet.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
So he makes some threats at her, and there's no way for her to escape. But then there's the backup avatar that Kabu has lying around that I forgot existed, to be honest.
Conveniently nearby.
Yes, really nearby. He got there super fast.
Yeah,
System Guy wasn't monologuing for very long.
No, he was within 30 seconds walk, and that's including him freaking out about having just died and then logging back in. Right.
Yeah.
Very
so
close.
He was somewhere, but not inside that apartment either, right?
Yeah, that's where
Not inside the trailer.
That's where I thought he would have been. Where do you keep your spare body? In your own house, because that's where he kept his. That's where he kept his original avatar as well.
Right.
Yeah. Weird.
Whatever. It's fine. So he showed up and saves the day, and then they escape. But there's giant monster attacking Decadence, and it's not chipped.
Nope.
And all the cyborgs are freaking out about it too.
Well,
so
some of them are. Some of them are just happy because they think the game's still running.
Right, but the people who understand that it's not chipped and they don't know how it exists because the Gadol massacre system is supposed to be super thorough.
Right, yeah.
The people who know how the game works are what is going on? So I thought that was interesting. Is only System Guy, he's the only one who knows what's happening with it? Must be.
Kabu knows what's going on, Jill knows what's going on, and then the guy who's running Decadence, the platform, right? He seems to understand.
But what's going on? I mean, where this came from, how it exists.
Oh, nobody knows.
Nobody knows why it's not chipped. No, System Guy does. He created it.
No, he died.
He give the command.
The guy
but way before.
The guy who made the little thing that stabbed the dude. Yeah. He died. He got his chest ripped open. This climbed out of it.
No. Not the one who made that one. Not the one who made the Gadol, but the one. Isn't there a scene when they're in the manufacturing facility, and everything's falling apart? Doesn't System Guy command the little Gadol to do the thing?
The little Gadol.
The one that injects the dude and comes out of his stomach later.
He doesn't command it to do that.
He just does it on his own?
Yeah, the little Gadol is like a prototype or almost like a pet, right? It's clearly it's hanging out with the director of the facility, and he starts dying, and the director's like, "Nah, leave him. He's almost dead." And then he was like, "Oh, you heartless bitch, stab." Right? Yeah. That's just natural instinct from the Gadol.
There was no communication. Okay, all right.
No. The Hugin guy, the system guy, he was like, another bug, right? He understands that it's a bug because he knows how the Genesis system is supposed to work. The genocide system, right? He understands that, so he knows it's a bug just because it has to be. But then he gets a needle through the back, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you think all Godal have the ability to create,
No.
right? To replicate like this upon near-death experiences, or is it just this is a special one?
I think that was just a special one because if they could all do this, they would all have been doing it, right? Given the nature how most Godal die up until this point, within close proximity of a perfectly good host, yeah, I assume
Yeah.
this would have happened a lot more.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. I don't know. I want a little bit more explanation as to what that thing was and why it was different and what they were trying to do with it.
Fair enough. I
Because
don't
like
know
you
that
didn't
you
think
can
if it was like some prototype Godal that was important to the research, you'd think they would have like tried to save it or something, but they're just like,
Well,
whatevs. We
I'm-
don't care, right?
I mean, they make note that all the data has been backed up to the ship in outer space, right? They do make note of that. And
That's
then
true.
they know that the genocide system is also going to Thanos dust them, right? So it's not like you can do anything with what's left. You just have a pile of ash.
Yeah.
So there's no point in trying to save it, even
There's
if it
no
is
trying
special.
to save it. The
Yeah.
system is too thorough.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So anyway, giant, huge monster Godal, bigger and scarier, super mean, is
The
attacking
Omega.
Decadence because despite the fact that it's kind of a one-off, it still wants to kill Decadence.
Well, I mean, it was definitely walking towards it, but after it like breaks it, like Decadence fire first, right? They're the ones who throw the first punch in this fight.
Yeah, they
It
throw the harpoons.
Right, it catches it, but it breaks it, right? But it doesn't. It hasn't started to attack them back yet. I don't know that it wants to. I think it's just defending itself.
That's
so
an
far.
interesting theory.
I think it's going to multiply and then destroy Decadence, but the heroes might have something to say about that. But I think,
Yeah, Kabu's going to try.
as a general rule, it would have essentially just left them alone. I think.
I mean, it really seems like it's on a direct intercept course to Decadence. It's not like it's general direction, you know, it'll pass by. It looked like it was dead on coming at you, right?
There was something that made me feel like it wasn't, but I think the thing that made me think it wasn't was when they were charging up the punch that Decadence can do. It was just like chilling, right? Like it couldn't have known instinctually what this giant, well, from its perspective, equal sized thing. It's not giant to it because it's giant, right?
Right.
It couldn't know what it could do. What was it? It's a machine. How do you know that it can punch? So it was just chilling.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right? When was the last time you walked up to a building or a car and was like, "Is this thing gonna punch me?"
But these are artificially created monsters. Like they're not biological.
Well, I mean, they are biological. They're just not natural.
They're kind of biological. Like if
They literally drain it. They literally drain their blood for fuel. If that's not biological, I don't know what is.
Oh, that's true. But at the same time, the fact that a computer program can force them to disintegrate into literally nothing is a very weird characteristic for a biological thing to have.
I would assume that when they're grown, they're implanted with something. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know that for certain.
I don't know. This world build is not super tight.
No, not incredibly, but tight enough,
okay.
I feel.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. Oh, well, they're fighting now. Gotta live with it.
Yeah, true fact.
Yeah.
So they're like, what do we do? And then Jill's like, well, so I programmed Decadence originally. And they're like, what? Jill has a backstory? She does, apparently. We don't know much of it still, though.
Yeah.
She's like, so technically, I did write in and build in a way for Cyborg to plug into it directly. It's never been done before. The functionality was never intended to go into production, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
And Kabu was like, I'll do it. She's like, you're an insane person. It's like, well, how long have you known Kabu? Of course he's an insane person.
He's
For the last however long our story's been happening, he's been doing crazy things.
It's true. I'm just wondering what he hopes to achieve by doing this.
I know. It's like
the fist is broken.
yeah, it's off. It's not broken. It's off.
Well, I mean, half of it's
Didn't
still
it get
on.
torn off?
I mean, half of it did.
Yeah.
So it's broken. It's not like... But they were all, like, even before it was broken, they were like, oh, there's a hole in our fuel tank, and we can't get up to the max, like, the minimum power level that we think we need. So I don't know what he's going to do, because they've probably, assumably, already expended a bunch of fuel in that first punch. So
yeah, if not all of it.
Right.
Because they didn't have enough fuel for a full punch anyway, so you assume they'd use everything they had.
Right.
Well, and yeah, that's the other thing, is the reason they didn't have as much fuel as they normally do is because, from what it looked like, the harpoons bounced off. A lot of them did.
Some of them did, but they were draining fuel, because they showed the scene that they do when the blood gushes into the tanker city. But the reason why they couldn't fill it up as much as they needed was there was still a hole in the tank from like the last event that they did. Yeah.
Did they not?
Natsume
They were working on it.
Yeah, she started to fix it, but it's not fixed. It's still an open hole.
Okay. Because I thought they didn't get as much oxygen as they wanted because not all their harpoons worked.
Could be both.
Yeah. Porque no los dos.
Right.
Fair.
Yeah.
Anyway. So... Oh, and then Natsume meets the cyborg people. Like, all the bugs.
Yeah.
The bugs escape the prison, and they're hanging out
in
they're
human
huge dome.
Yep.
They're
much bigger than they look, right? They're people size.
Some of them... No, some of them are. Some of them are up to, like, Natsume's waist.
Right, and then there's the guy with the gun for an arm, right?
Yeah.
Green Barrett, we'll call him, because I don't know his name.
It's one of the
Donatello.
names.
Yeah, Donatello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how I remembered. Yeah, Donatello is big. That is true.
He's huge.
But he's always been bigger than any of the other cyborgs that we've seen.
Right, but now we know he's bigger than a person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's ginormous. But the rest of them are all a little tiny. She calls them kawaii. That does not indicate they're big.
No, but big things can be cute. I mean, look at the mountain in
be.
Game of Thrones. He's pretty cute.
Yeah, adorable.
No.
No. Anyway, they're little. She has had some major life-changing knowledge thrown at her over the last day or so. She's like, huh. So, okay, so you guys are things, and this is what Boss Man looks like in his true form, huh? Okay, sweet. She rolls with it. There's no passing out this time.
She knows that he looks something like these, but not what... Well, I mean, she has technically seen him, but she didn't know he was him at the time.
Right. I could probably put something together, though. She could be like, hey, I just saw one of you dudes driving past, and she'll be like, yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but I like her imaginary picture of him, which is just Kabu's original avatar squished down with tiny little arms.
Yeah. That was cute. That was really good. I did like that. Anyway, that's great. I do always question how the cyborgs are driving human jeeps. Like,
his legs
especially
reach
when
the pedals.
Kabu's driving.
His legs reach the pedals. It's fine.
You can't see over the steering wheel. They show us shots of him where he's driving like this. And you're like, how do you see anything? You can't look over the dash.
He's a cyborg. You don't know this because it's very rare detail I picked up reading the manga. The cars actually have cameras in the headlights, and he just like plugs into that.
Sure. the non-existent manga, that one.
The non-existent manga, because this is an anime original, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so this episode ends with the cliffhanger of Kabu's getting plugged into the city, which... I don't know. Like, generally when this is done in anime, it's some kind of, like, giant fighting robot, right?
Right.
But it's a city that has one move, which is punch, and...
It's Saitama City.
Pretty sure the punch is not viable.
Saitama.
Yeah, it's one punch city. Oh, and then they tried to call down the, like, orbital satellite destruction ray.
Right.
I forgot about that.
They had a Kamehameha off, yeah.
The guy was like, I got this. Just totally shuts it down. Like, okay.
And then the ship's like, oh, I can't just shoot it to death. I will just crush space and time around it and reset the server.
Yeah.
Like, oh
Let's
my
have
god.
compassion.
How does it do that? How does that kill it if the giant ray beam doesn't?
I mean, they're trying. I don't know if it's a guaranteed kill, but they're like,
Right.
look, next step is this, right? Yeah. It's a good point. Like, we're just going to compress the entire dome on itself and destroy everything inside, and we'll just start over with it.
Man, the dome seems like a really weird point. It's like, we're going to make a game. We have an entire planet to use. Let's put a dome on and only use a point of it, like a part of it. Like,
Right.
why not just use the whole planet?
Good question. I mean, we don't know how big it is. It could be hundreds of square kilometers or miles or whatever you want.
Right,
Right?
yeah. It looks like it's all of like Europe and maybe like Asia, right? Like that entire landmass, right? Because they go from they're at least the only landmark we've really given is Mount Everest, so it's got to be around there in the Himalayas, which is like in that zone. Yeah.
Anyway, and then there's the whole like relationship between the Decadence commander guy and Kabu, where it sure seems like Commander Guy is crushing hard on Kabu because he's real worried about him, and he really can't understand why Kabu is
just
putting himself at risk. And there's a relationship there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
saying what
they
it
know
is.
each other.
Yeah. Anyway, he's just really concerned that Kabu is doing these crazy suicidal moves all the time. And it's like, yeah, I get that. I'd be worried about Kabu too if I was his friend.
It's true. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. How many more? One more episode? Two?
One more episode, I believe.
Oh my gosh, one more episode. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Excited.
good.
Excited.
Yeah. It's been a good season 1. We'll see how they wrap it up. Can it be as good as One Punch Man season 1 finale? I don't know. That was pretty good.
I think I like the show more than I like One Punch Man.
Ooh.
I like One Punch Man a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think I prefer this.
Dang, that is some high praise.
That is very high praise.
Well, it's all the same dude, so yeah. I'm sure he doesn't matter. He doesn't care.
Yeah. It's because you only praise one person who works on a project. Yeah. Sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is how that works.
Never mind all the other dedicated and talented people.
Nope.
Yep.
Sorry, everybody else. Don't have brain space for any of you guys. So in StarCraft 2 news, GSL continues to have events when I'm not awake. So I have not been watching them and haven't really had the free time to watch the VODs, unfortunately.
Right. So you haven't seen Beyond's games?
No.
Oh my god. Come on. What are you doing?
Tell me about him. Go. So he got out of his group. Nice job.
He did. Got out of his group first.
Huh?
He got out of his group first.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. he 2-1'd Parting, and then he 2-1'd Patience.
Yes.
A lot of
pretty good
TVP.
Right.
Which is
so how'd he do it?
Crazy micro, a really weird like SCV pull, and then send them home, and then pull them again. It was very strange.
Like the SCVs made it all the way to the other side of the map.
No,
and then he sent them home, or he just kind of
maybe like halfway. This was Eternal Empire. Yeah.
And then he was like, never mind.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Huh.
It was weird, but I mean, he won, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
So what? Just Marine Marauder medevac compositions? What are we talking about here?
Pretty much just Marine Marauder medevac. I think he was adding in like Liberators and stuff. Nothing too crazy. I'm disappointed that he didn't make a single Reaper. Right? But why would you in TVP?
Right.
Yeah. Which is
for early scouting. Otherwise,
other than that, you're not really going to get much done with it, I feel like. But here's the thing. Annoying thing is, he's in Group C now. Stats beyond Parting and Maru. Still no Zergs.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah.
He was the Zerg destroyer back in the day.
Yeah.
Destroyer of Zergs. So you're right. Unless he makes it into the playoff, no Zergs. Okay, so...
And also,
Stats beyond Parting Maru. That's pretty nuts.
looking at the groups, it's entirely possible we only get like 1 or 2 Zergs coming out, I think.
So we're. I feel like we're definitely getting one out of B.
Uh-huh. And I feel like we're definitely only going to get one out of D.
D, but maybe not 2. Rogue and Dark are both very capable of getting out of that group.
So does Innovation, though.
Yes.
I feel like Innovation's equally as good as at least Dark, probably Rogue. Depends on how he's doing at the time. He's got 2 weeks to prepare, so.
Yeah, it's true. Ooh, and that's going to be at a good time, too. That group will be.
Will it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah.
And Group B, same thing. A and C.
Wow.
Wah, wah, wah.
There we go.
All right. So, yeah, let's look at it real quick. Group A, TY, Dream, Armani, and Zone.
Mhm.
Zone, we like. Zone is great.
Zound's new.
Zone 2-0'd Sue.
Yeah, it's true.
And 2-1'd Innovation
Uh-huh.
to get here.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know that we can underestimate him, but at the same time, he is new. This is his first GSL. First time GSL players do not make it to the playoffs.
Generally, no.
Has anyone ever done it?
Well, I mean, it's not the exact same, but Don Rager coming back from his military, coming back from retirement, right?
Yes.
Making it, like, if he made it to the playoffs, he made it to the semis. And I feel like a player coming back is probably just as good as a new player showing up, right?
Yeah.
I feel like those things are about equivalent.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mhm.
So Dongregyu.
Yeah, and I think Tasia. But Don Rager went further, so he's the one who gets the credit.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I'm hoping Zound, but I know TY gets out. I really can't pick between Dream and Amani. Like, which one I think would be better.
Neither. I think Armani's playing a little bit better right now, but not substantially.
So really, it's anyone's game out of those three.
Yeah. Pretty up in the air for Group A.
Group B, Kua, Dongregyu, Solar, and Zest. How do you feel?
Loving Dongregyu.
Mm-hmm.
Still in love with that guy.
Yep.
Don't trust Solar. And Kira and Zest are both pretty scary right now. That's a tough group.
If I had to pick, I'd pick Zest. I like Zest.
Yeah, I could see that. Dongregyu and Zest getting out.
Mm-hmm.
Kira's very capable, though.
It's true.
Could see him do it. His DVZ is pretty good. Yeah, it's a good one. Copenhagen DOS says Kira and Solar. All right.
Okay.
I don't believe in Solar as much as you do, but that's all right. Group C, Stats Beyond Parting and Maru, which is just brutal.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
man, C and D both are just gross.
I think C's worse than D, but that's only because I like the players more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all four of those players are very capable of getting out. That's it.
I'm not willing to bet, but I'm willing to say that Beyond and Maru get out.
Okay.
Yep. Rogue, Innovation, Dark, and Trap.
Didn't Trap win Dream? No. Who did Trap do in DreamHack?
I don't remember.
Masters Fall. Hang on. Playoff.
He got second. In the
Okay,
four
that's what it
finals.
was. He took 3 games off Rainer and took second.
Yeah. Well,
He 3-1 Innovation. He 3-1 Stats. So he's got some recent really nice results versus 2 people in his group.
right. Well, not Stats.
Yeah, he did.
Stats isn't in his
Oh,
group.
sorry, not Stats. right. Stats is not in there.
No.
But
Still,
Innovation. So I mean,
yeah.
if he can beat Innovation in their series, that goes a long way.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
And the fact that he's able to take 3 games off of Rainer, I think indicates he could probably beat Dark and Rogue.
Well, here's the thing. We know Rainer's not that great as like compared to a Korean Zerg, which is why he took second place at BlizzCon last year.
He's not that great at ZVZ.
Right, but I'm just like, what's the best comparison we have between Raynor and a Korean Zerg? It's every time he's ever fought them, he's lost.
Yeah, but we're not talking about ZVZ. We're talking about PVZ.
It's true. It's true. I still think our initial assumption of Rogue, Inner, and Dark are probably better, or at least my initial assumption. Better than Trap.
But again, he just 3-1'd Inno like 3 days ago.
Yeah, but I mean, what server were they playing on? I mean,
Probably the same server because they're both in Korea.
I don't know. They might have been like, I don't know. DreamHack might have forced them into Europe for the casters. I don't know. Christ, it's entirely unlikely. Yeah. Okay.
Very unlikely.
All right. Given that when he beat Inno 3-1, I will concede that Trap might be more favorable against Inno.
Yeah, put some respect on Trap's name here. All right. And the fact that his PVZ is good enough to take 3 games off of Raynor, who looks like possibly the best Zerg in the world right now. Right now, right this very second, I'm not saying that he is, but he's looking better at DreamHack Fall.
Illegal Hack
I
puts him
could
at
see
number
Trap
1.
getting out. I could see Trap winning
the whole thing. Is that what you're about to
No.
say?
winning his group and
Winning.
looking really good doing it too. Like not even struggling all that much, honestly.
Okay.
Trap he's got some ways. He has some sneaky Protoss ways that are doing really well.
Some Protoss bullshit is what you mean.
Yes, I do. Protoss.
So Raynor
So
is
who's the other one?
Raynor is currently rank 1 in the world according to Legalak. Throw that
Yeah,
out there.
there you go.
Yeah.
So Trap to take 3 games off of the best player and the best Zerg on Earth. I think he can handle Dark and Rogue. It's going to be different styles, right? It's going to be Korean Zerg style, not EU Zerg style.
But you would think you'd have more practice against other Koreans.
Right.
Right.
So I think Trap's getting out.
Okay.
And then I love Inno's. Well, do I like Inno's TVZ right now? I kind of do.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Maybe Inno and Trap and Rogue and Dark. That is like Rogue won the last GSL. It's so hard for me to be like, and Rogue's not going to make it to the playoff, you know?
Right.
It's just such a brutal group, though.
I mean, I feel like you've had a bad time picking against Zergs recently. Am I wrong about that?
Yes.
Am I?
No.
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 Well,
I got to do it. I just logically, I got to go Trap and Innovation.
nah, Rogue and Inno.
Okay.
Yeah. Rogue and Inno.
All right. We'll see. We'll watch that one together.
Yes, we will.
Should be fun.
Come back in 2 weeks, and actually, it'll have to be 3 weeks before we can talk about these.
It's a while. Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah. See you guys in October.
I know, right? GSL.
Yeah.
Bred out esports tournament of all time. Actually, I have no idea what like League of Legends or Dota does. They could be worse.
It's true.
Probably not.
Don't know though.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Oh, I did actually go get a flu shot today. I was trying to think of what else I did today.
Yeah. Took out the trash and got a flu shot. Nice.
I know, right? 2 things in the same day.
How'd
Yeah.
it go?
No, it was fine. Just the local drugstore, the local pharmacy nearby, 2 minutes away, does them by appointment. So I signed up online and went in and got the thing. And the guy was like, "So I've been told it's a little more of a painful shot, and there's more soreness after this flu shot than in years past." I'm like, "How does this even make? I don't know how this works." The science of flu shots is crazy to me, but it's like, so just be ready for that. And I was like, I just got a tetanus shot about 2 months ago because I stepped on a thing.
The rake. Yep, I remember.
Anyway, and that I was sore for 3 or 4 days on that arm. I remembered I got a tetanus shot for sure. So
really?
this one's not as bad. I got this one, 5 hours ago now, and it's not nearly as painful or sore as the tetanus shot was. So I think maybe he was overselling it a little bit, the guy who gave it to me, but it was fine.
Okay.
Easy peasy. Didn't cost me anything. Insurance covers preventative care. So
Okay. Okay. Nice.
there you go.
Hmm.
Kai doesn't get shots anymore. So I would recommend against this life philosophy of not ever getting any shots, but we can
I-
talk about that later.
There's a worse life philosophy that I've heard of. One of the ladies I work with, her daughter, her adult daughter, she's an adult, she's 18 now, goes to the doctor and says, like, I don't feel well. And the doctor's like, well, all right, what are your symptoms? Blah, blah, blah. They go through the usual rigmarole. And then they go, okay, well, we want to run a blood test. And she goes, no, I don't like needles. And they're like,
Right.
well, we need to take your blood to do a blood test. And I'm like, well, can't you just give me something? Can't you just fix it? It's like,
You just fix what you don't know what's happening, please.
exactly. And apparently she does this to everything, right? They're like, oh, we want to give you, okay, we think you have this based on what evidence we could gather. Can we do a CT? She's like, no. I don't want to lay down. Like in a
She's
machine.
anti-tests, is what you're saying.
Entirely, yeah. It's like, then they go, okay, well, we could maybe recommend you this, basically Panadol. She goes, no, I don't take pills.
So she's anti-treatment as well.
Yes. It's
Good luck with that.
It's painful to listen to.
Yeah, that's one heck of a life philosophy. All encompassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
On a happier note,
We have those.
so there's a okay. How do I want to start this? So there's a blog that I found back in like 2012 called Hyperbole and a Half,
Okay.
and it was written by an author named Ali Brosh. She's hilarious. She does little MS Paint illustrations that are fantastic too. She has incredibly funny stories about how stupid her dogs are and about camping and just stuff like that. So I loved the blog. She was really consistent with it. Everything that she wrote was gold. Very, very talented writer. And then she writes a book, which I bought, obviously, and read and loved it. And then she fell off the face of the earth. She stopped updating the blog. She stopped tweeting. There's no news about anything.
What? Why
This
is
was
it
back in...
Why is it everyone you love disappears? Like,
I know!
Fruit dealer turns up, wins a championship, gone.
Gone.
Right.
Yes. I don't know. I get left. It's my lot in life, as I get left by those that I love. So yeah, for 6 years. So she left in 2014, just gone.
Yep.
And then earlier this year, she came back on the radar and started talking about a book that she was writing. And I was like, yes. And the book came out today, and I was so excited. And I read half of it this morning, and it's so good to have her writing back in my life. And it has the illustrations, and it has the stupid dogs, and it's really good. And the book is called Solutions and Other Problems.
Okay.
Really good. I recommend anybody read it. Again, the blog is just hyperbole and a half blogspot.com, back when people had blogspots. But I'm sure that's still up. So again, I cannot recommend, if you don't want to pay for a book, I totally get that. But if you just want to see what I'm talking about, the blog is the place to go. And the stories are fantastic. So there you go. There's your link.
So this is why you haven't been reading the Halo trilogy that we were supposed to talk about.
That is correct.
Okay.
I've been reading the book that came out today.
Okay.
Accurate assessment.
Fair enough.
All right. And then Battlegrounds is coming out, the second half of the Peace Talks book from the Dresden Files.
Yeah.
When's that? I should figure out when that is.
September 29th.
Oh my gosh, it's the books. It's the year of books, man. And there's a new Stormlight Archives coming out this year. What?
My word.
What am I doing with myself? There's more books in 1 year
Treasure
than
them.
I've ever been looking forward to.
You'll never get this many books that you're looking forward to again in a year.
In a year. I don't know. I don't know that I will. It's a lot. All right. Let me just double check this. Rhythm of War, November 17th. Yep. Well, so I'm going to be all booked out. But here's the deal. I will, once I'm done with Solutions and Other Problems, I will read the second book in the trilogy.
Okay.
The Halo trilogy.
Fine.
And then if I have time, I'll start on the third one.
Okay.
But we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Deal?
by the time you get to them, I'm probably gonna have to reread them. So.
Well, that's what Wikipedia is for. You can read some plot synopses. Yes, yes.
No.
No, that's not how you roll.
No.
All right. It's fair, I guess.
No. Ugh. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What
The other
about
thing, the other thing I was happy about today is they scheduled the first Biden-Trump debate. It's a week from today.
you? Oh, okay.
I cannot wait for them to get really mad, old guy mad at each other and challenge each other to something like a fight or a wood chopping competition or something stupid. Because it's gonna happen. Like Trump's gonna start insulting Biden, and Biden's gonna be mad about it.
Is this the one where they're gonna have Joe Rogan mediate or whatever?
What? No. Why would they have Joe Rogan do that?
Because Joe Rogan offered, and Trump was like, "Yeah, I'm in."
And Biden was like, okay.
I don't know.
No, it's Chris Wallace.
Okay.
Boring person.
Because I was gonna say, Joe Rogan used to be an MMA fighter or something, right?
Announcer.
Oh,
Did he
okay.
ever I know he announced. I don't know
No,
if he ever fought.
I think he did fight because I remember listening
Okay.
to some of the episodes of the podcast where they talked about him fighting.
Huh.
But
So Fox News' Chris Wallace will moderate the first debate.
okay.
Trump said that he prepares for the debates every day just by doing what I am doing. The best. Just everything he says is so. Biden said, I know how to handle bullies. We'll find out. I hope I don't get baited into getting into a brawl with this guy. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait. I haven't watched a debate I haven't seen Trump or Biden say anything forever. And I'm going to watch this debate because the combination of them together is gold. It's going to be must-see TV. I would pay money to watch this debate. If they wanted to pay-per-view it, I would.
You can pay me money to watch the debate if you want. I'm not going to stop you.
I think that's how that works.
It's true. Everyone owes me $5.95.
Only $5?
Yeah.
Pay-per-views are like $50 here.
Right, but this is about the democracy. Everyone needs to be able to do that. Everyone needs to be able to get in.
Oh, it's a democracy discount. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You'll have it in the mail later.
Later, yeah. Can I just give you an IOU?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and so speaking of the mail, I did a refinance on my home, right? So I have a new mortgage company. And in the last 4 days, I've gotten no fewer than 7 letters in the mail talking about mortgage insurance.
Okay.
I cannot believe anything other than my new mortgage company totally sold my address to these companies because I don't know how else they got here so fast.
People are worried about big tech companies selling your data. Turns out everyone else has been doing it for a while.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I mean, so I've had 5 mortgage companies in the time I've been a homeowner, okay? And this has never happened before. I've never gotten 7 different solicitations. Whatever, it's stupid.
It is stupid, yeah.
It's really bad.
So who are you going to go with?
I'm not. I'm not going to do it.
Yep. I don't know where else to go with that joke. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anywho. Stupid. It's dumb. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I got something in the mail that was like, oh, yes, I probably should have this. It's all junk anyway. If I could sign up for, I don't have a mail address anymore, I would do it. If you want to send me something, I don't know, figure it out.
Figure out where I live.
Bring it to my house.
Get a courier. Have them send it to you directly.
Oh, a courier. Yeah.
Courier. What did you think I said?
I said get a career. I was like, what?
Yeah, get a courier.
Get a career.
Ugh, cracky.
Whatever. Anywho's. Yes, indeed. What else is happening in the world around us?
Microsoft
Microsoft,
bought
yeah,
ZeniMax. Yeah,
sure did.
they just really wanted to release Sony exclusives.
I guess.
Technically, they're now releasing 2 Sony exclusive games, 2 PS4 exclusives.
Which
They've said they will honor.
Microsoft, you weird.
Yeah, they've said they will honor. So that's nice of them, I guess.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, do we believe them? They could say that, and then once all the attention's off them, they do something else. But we'll see.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Microsoft and the acquire companies, they don't execute them and dump their bodies in a ditch like EA does. EA murders acquisition companies.
Yeah, EA doesn't dump them in a ditch, though. They keep their bodies strewn about and so they can reanimate them as idle games. Hint, hint, Dungeon Keeper 2. Or Dungeon Keeper 3.
But a lot of the times, they just dump their bodies in a ditch.
It's true.
You're right. Sometimes they keep them alive as
yeah
corpse puppets.
Mm-hmm.
But Microsoft, they've got, I just saw a list today of all the little projects that are happening underneath the Microsoft umbrella from the little sub studios they have, and they're putting stuff out. So I don't know, it's probably good for Bethesda. I don't if Microsoft acquiring them improves their quality control, I think it's a net positive thing, because holy crap, guys. After Fallout 76, you've gone too far. You've delved too deep into the world of we don't test our stuff. It's always been bad, but Fallout 76 was the peak of hubris for y'all.
Yeah.
To the point that Fallout 4 sold 17 million copies, and Fallout 76 sold 1.5 million. That hurts. Your lack of commitment to quality control is murdering your sales. And if Microsoft can just help with that, I think it'll be good for the studio as a whole.
Bethesda, take that advice from someone who works in quality testing, right? That's what you do, so it's important from this guy. Listen to him. Please test your games before you release them, and then work on them. Don't find out all the bugs and release a known issues list. Actually try and fix some of them.
Yes, please do.
Fallout 76's lack of sales, I don't think, is entirely bug related. Obviously, there were a lot of bugs and exploits and stuff that did ruin everything. But there was also no content in the game. They gave you a giant map, some enemies to shoot, and that's about it. And some codes and a nuke you can set off. There was nothing. It was
a giant PvP arena.
Yeah, there were no NPCs that you could talk to or interact with. Right. All the quest givers were you found a data log or a computer. Right. Gross. The game was just awful. Still is, in my opinion. Still would not play that game if it were free.
Well, apparently nobody else would either. Again, 1 million sales, and I can't imagine the current player base is anything.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yes. So if Microsoft can instill some sense of adult sensibilities into Bethesda,
here's the thing.
Please release halfway decent products.
Microsoft is hopefully just going to give Fallout back to Obsidian, because they also own Obsidian.
Holy smokes, I didn't even think about that.
Fallout New Vegas 2, baby.
Obsidian are the ones that did Outer Worlds, right?
Yes.
That I really liked?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, the Fallout title going back to Obsidian would be huge. Screw you, Bethesda. Do more Elder Scrolls.
Or just release Skyrim again. I don't know. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Please don't release Skyrim on the original Game Boy.
I mean,
interesting, though.
I would play that.
Yeah, I know. That does sound kind of cool. Speaking of stuff, some retro stuff, kind of. So Nintendo released Mario Galaxy, Mario 64, and Mario Sunshine on the Switch.
Okay.
For $40.
As a package or each?
Yeah, for all of them.
Okay.
Which is an okay deal. It's not bad. But they're kind of remastered. They polish up 64 especially because it needed it.
Okay, I still feel like that's a bit steep.
You still feel like what?
I feel like that's a bit steep for what are that 20-year-old games?
Yeah, Galaxy is about 12 years old. Sunshine is 15, and then Super Mario 64 is 97. So
yeah, 23-year-old game. Yeah, no.
Right.
That game should be free at this point, or
Probably.
virtually free.
Yeah, no, it probably should. It
Mm-hmm.
is really good though. 64 still, I maintain, is one of the greatest games released as far as what it meant for the industry. I did watch Ryukar stream some of it, and apparently they kept all of the glitches and bugs. Like there are
Oh,
certain wall clips you can still do.
no,
You
yeah.
can still
You
like
would,
skip
I would,
cutscenes and stuff.
I would expect that stuff, to still be
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, to the level, depends on the level of the remaster. Apparently,
Right.
the Command and Conquer games were remastered to the point that like they fixed a ton of that stuff too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's all the point of the to the point of like how much of a remaster is it, like you said.
Yeah.
Games like that don't fix it usually might say remaster, but they're just ports, right? That's the point. You just port them to a new console or platform or whatever.
Yeah.
Proper remasters maybe fix that.
Depends on what they feel like.
Yeah. It also depends
Anyway.
on like how exploitable is it, like how
How game breaky is it?
yeah, like how much of the game does the player skip by doing this?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about 64 is there are glitch speedruns you can get done in like 6 minutes because you could totally skip the entire game.
Mm.
So I don't know if that stuff's there. Ryukar didn't try any of that, but I wonder if the speedrunners. Obviously, there are some speedrunners that are going to try it.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
They might have a new category for Switch release of Mario 64 if it's different enough.
Sure.
Speedrunners are crazy.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What was the... And then Galaxy. Galaxy's a great game. I played it on my Wii back in like 08 when it came out. Fantastic. It's just such a well put together game that introduced so many different mechanics and just different things to the Mario universe, and all at the same time. Like Galaxy is packed with... It's like what they did with Odyssey, right? Odyssey has a ton of new mechanics, and Galaxy did the same thing back then. It's beautiful. The music is incredible. It's like might be my favorite music of any Mario game. So if you're thinking of...
I will have to take your word for it on all of it, as I've never played any of them.
Right. Just saying.
Yeah,
Maybe
no.
one day, if you have the chance to play Mario Galaxy, maybe give it a shot.
I mean, I have a Switch.
But you don't have Mario Galaxy.
It's true, but I could buy it, right? Like,
You
now,
sure could.
I could now.
Mhm.
Like I said, I think $40 is a little steep.
Yeah, it probably is.
Wait for it to come on sale.
Yeah. I don't think Sunshine's that great of a game. Like, Sunshine not being a great Mario game, I think, is part of the reason the GameCube isn't remembered that fondly.
Mm.
If there was like an all-time excellent Mario title on the GameCube, I think it would help. But there's really not. So
Sure.
yeah, it's just the core mechanics of Sunshine is you have this water gun backpack thing.
Okay.
You ever seen this?
No.
It's completely escaped you.
Yeah.
So Mario shows up on an island ostensibly for vacation, but there's like a Shadow Mario who has graffitied and like painted all of the towns on this island, right?
Okay.
And framed Mario for it.
Okay.
So Mario has to clean it all up. So like the core gameplay of Mario Sunshine is using water to spray away paint. It's not great that way. It's not super amazing platforming. It's not really fun mechanics, I don't think. I don't know what they were trying to do with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything worse than that, and like the closest I'm getting is they remade like Pokemon like the original one, Pikachu Yellow, like Yellow. That's it, not Pikachu Yellow. For the Switch, and it came with a Pokeball that you could actually throw, because all the mechanics were the same as Pokemon Go.
Right.
So you had to like either like pretend to throw your Switch forward or whatever, and that got tedious before I left Pallet Town.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Right. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like graffiti cleanup Mario, I really don't know how that got off the initial stage.
Huh. Interesting.
Maybe just Japanese sensibilities, like they care more about that stuff maybe than I do.
They care more about keeping their towns clean. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But there's a game called like Viscera Cleanup, where people go into like I believe they're like custom and fan made maps of. I've seen some of that are like of movie scenes of like Alien versus Predator and all that, like in these jungle scenarios, and all your job is like not to fight and kill stuff, It's to pick up the corpses, wash away the blood, pick up all the like bullet shells and casings, and put them into a furnace and destroy it, like to clean up.
That's the whole game?
Yeah, and people play
That's
it.
amazing.
Yeah.
So
So
there's speedrunners for that.
I'd be willing to bet there is.
Mm.
Because there's also mechanics that make it hard. So if your mop gets too bloody and then you try to mop with it, you'll just smear more blood everywhere. So you can actually make it worse for yourself. I don't think Sunshine would let you do that, would it?
No. Nope.
Yeah,
No.
you can't clean up someone's spray paint and then tag your own.
No.
No, okay.
That'd make it a better game.
That would make it a better game.
You're like, graffiti is terrible. I need to tag this with Clan Mario. Yeah. That would be more fun. But nope, you're just cleaning stuff.
Just clean them.
It's not, yeah, not good.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yar. Anything else that's happened this week?
Anything happened in sports?
Playoffs are happening for the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
College football is a thing.
Sure.
So local college football news, there was a game scheduled to happen in Provo, down the road a little bit, about 30 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a spike in COVID cases, and there were some protests in the area about mask wearing and how they people didn't want to wear masks anymore and felt like it was unconstitutional. And the governor today was like, all right, no football. And so there are no fans allowed. It's just the players.
Just the players?
And yeah, people are pissed.
Is this game televised?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the problem?
People like attending sports. I know you don't. But just pretend it's BlizzCon or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, you have all this empty space in the stadium now. Why not just get, like, 80 cameras and then turn it into a VR experience as well? Or at least a virtual experience for people with flat screens, right? You can actually just, like, stand wherever you want, move around the camera yourself, pick which one to look from.
Yeah.
Make the best of it while you get the time.
Mm-hmm. I think that'd be good.
Because, I mean, once crowds do come back, you can't have 80 cameras surrounding it because, like, you just block everyone's view.
Right.
Yeah.
Make the most of the current situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, I don't think the governor deciding this was about necessarily the COVID spike, because it wasn't a big one, and other cities have had this happen recently, and then it goes back down and it's fine. But I think the protest, I think literally the people in town protesting against the efforts to slow down COVID, the governor was like, look, knock it off.
I'm not putting up with this shit.
I'm taking away your sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Man, people are upset. Like, there's talk on message boards of like staging a protest, which
Oh,
is,
right.
again, that's how we got in this mess, you morons.
There was a woman in Melbourne, Australia, who organized a Facebook group to do a peaceful protest regarding the lockdown there, because they had full lockdown, right? Like, no one's allowed to leave their houses. And, like, they arrested her for incitement.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Australia not messing around.
Yeah. And she was recording the arrest as well. And they came with a warrant to search the house because technically the incitement was done on like a computer. So they're like, well, we have reasonable cause to seize all your electronics and stuff. And then they were like, oh, well, that's not, like, they're recording it on a phone. Like, oh, that's not my phone. You can't seize it. And he goes, it's my sister's. And it's like, well, it's on the property. We're allowed to.
Yeah.
And like her husband's just like, oh, come on, mate. Don't you think it's a bit unfair? We'll take the post down. And it's like, that's not how the law works.
No, it's a little late for that. You can't be like, I'm going to flaunt the law. And then when it decides to bust me for it, I can't be like, okay, I'll stop.
Yeah. Like, just kept going like, oh, don't you think it's a bit unfair? She's pregnant, mate. Can't you, like... yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
It was cringeworthy, to say the least.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Good times.
The best. Yeah, that reminds me. We had a discussion about in the Discord today about somebody who was like an environmental activist and was part of a group that was planning on bombing federal office buildings, and like they'd purchased explosive materials and built explosives and were ready to go, And then they got busted and arrested for it.
And they were like, "Oh, but we didn't do anything. We hadn't done
Yeah.
anything yet." And it's like, no, but
It's like, look, man, you had the gun pointed at the person and you were about to pull the trigger and vocally said you were going to pull the trigger.
mhm.
And the fact that you got stopped does not make what you did okay. Like, we're
Yeah.
not just letting you off for that.
Yeah, and intent
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Capability does.
Yeah.
In this
Well, if you
situation.
vocally state your intent, I think
Yeah.
intent also matters.
Right.
Like, we're not reading your mind here. You're literally being very loud about what you're planning on doing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you can't say you're going to try and kill the president, can you? Like, you can't just like, I fucking hate the president. I'm going to try and kill him, right?
Right.
Because this, like, the FBI will show up at your house in an hour.
They certainly will.
Yeah. Where do you live again?
Where do I live?
Yeah, I just need like an address to give them.
Let's not swat Falcon, please. Bad idea. Oh, before we go, I forgot.
Okay.
So I've decided to create a second YouTube channel for my StarCraft 2 content.
Oh, you've decided.
It's been decided. I thought about it all day today.
Hold on. Why does the
Go ahead.
StarCraft 2 have to get the second channel? Why not move Brood War off the channel, okay? As a StarCraft 2 fan, I
Because
feel
my
like
StarCraft 2 viewers are abandoning me, and therefore they are second-class citizens right now.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, the ones that are still around aren't. I can't get mad at those guys. If you're still watching my stuff, thank you. I appreciate it. But there aren't many of you left. So I will be starting that on October 1st. So starting October 1st, all StarCraft 2 content will be on second channel. I do need a name for it, though. What should I call it?
Ooh.
Because it needs to be kind of Falcon Paladin-ish, but also clever. And I don't know what to do. I'm not good at this.
Falcon's favorite channel.
Nope, that's terrible. Not doing that.
Well, I mean, we've got some time to think about it.
We do. A couple days anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So if you're listening to this and you have any ideas, let me know. falconpaladin@gmail.com. Or talk to me on the Discord. I'm there pretty much all the time.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah. So that's happening October 1st. I figured we'd give it a nice, easy to remember date.
October 2nd for Australians. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Falcon Paladin StarCraft 2 caster. I don't think that's enough. I don't have enough letters available to do that in the title.
Okay, hold on.
YouTube names could be that long.
There's a letter cap.
Yeah.
What's the character cap?
Or else there would be channels that would literally be 100, like a paragraph. You know there would be.
Well, I mean, there's the channel that's called Kirkazat in a nutshell, right? And Kirkazat is like a 13-letter word.
That's true. Hold on. I want to look at their official... No, you're right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Interesting. Well, let's make a YouTube channel. What does it say? I have to have a Google account first, so I have to make one of those.
Do you? I think you can have multiple accounts attached to the one Gmail account. You can have multiple.
That would
YouTube
make
channels.
it so much easier if I could do that.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure you can.
Okay, hold on.
Because I think I have at one point.
Oh, really? You've done this?
Yeah. I just realized I was looking for the settings for that on my Twitch page. Yeah, okay. Okay. So on the YouTube homepage, you've got your name in the top right-hand corner.
Yes.
And then it says switch accounts.
Yes.
And you can just add an account to your Gmail account. That's adding a new YouTube channel.
So I use that to switch between my personal email and my Falcon Paladin.
Okay. Weird. Because it just says my one Gmail account, but my two YouTube channels that I have there.
So youtube.com, click on my face, do switch account. See, I have my personal account there. I just click on that and I can go, or I have add account.
Well, added a second account.
See, what add account means, please sign in to YouTube.
It's weird
Create
because
account.
I've got 2 accounts there. Maybe they disabled this for like new people. Like people who've already done it get to keep it, but
Hang on. You have 2 YouTube channels with 1 email. YouTube lets you make multiple channels with 1 email address.
there you go.
Lifewire.com from back in 10 days ago. Excellent. Oh, create a new channel. Okay, hold up. Channel switcher. YouTube.com/channel switcher.
Oh.
Create a new channel. Call it. How many letters can I have? Holy crap!
How many can you have?
It's not stopping me. I'm just holding down D.
Hey, perfect name. Go with it.
All 600 Ds.
Not the bees.
Oh my gosh, it's still going. Okay, this can't let me do this. I'm going to click create now. The name is too long. The maximum length is 100. Okay, I take it back, Kai. I could totally do Falcon Paladin SD2 caster. But I don't think that's clever enough.
No. Well, we'll think about this later. Let's wrap this up.
Sounds good. All right. So thanks everybody for hanging out for another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour with Somicron. Please go ahead and check out the store page for the merch. Link in the show notes, as well as the Patreon page for the podcast itself. If you enjoy it, feel free to go ahead and support it monetarily. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Stay safe, stay healthy, and above all, please take care of yourselves. Goodbye.